Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are hearing. Now, on to today's story. Caught wife cheating day before anniversary. Need support. D-Day was 10 days ago, 1/29. I won't forget that day now, are the cause of the day after our anniversary. Since then I have been reading a lot of posts on this sub. It has been helpful to know I'm not the only one. Now I think posting what happened will help me out. It's going to be long cause I think details matter, and I've been playing it over and over in my head every day. Our story. Been with my wife 29 years, married 26. I'm 51M, her 49F, 2 grown kids 24S, 22D. I met in college, dated, fell in love, married, and thought what I believed was a great marriage. Did a lot of things together, talked all the time, communicated about things that were troublesome. Both of us had successful careers that we both supported each other in along the way. Great love life, maybe not as often as when we were younger, but just as passionate. She's in IT and I own a small landscaping company that employs 75 people that I started after graduation. She's been working from home a lot since COVID, and we have been talking about my easing out of the day-to-day operations and her going part-time so we can spend more time together and travel etc. now that the kids are established. Looking back, there were no red flags that I've read so much about. No weird texting, no guarding her phone, no clothing changes, no unusual behavior, no nights out with people from work. When she did go out, it was friends and family. Andy always heard from someone the next day how I should have come, but I wanted her to go out without me and I enjoyed being by myself doing stuff in my shop. She always was home early. To say I was blindsided is an understatement. D-Day, the week before, I had booked a weekend at a romantic bed and breakfast owned by some friends. Our state is open. Winter Festival was that weekend. I leave work early to surprise her and tell her to pack a bag, we're going away for our anniversary. I pull my truck in the driveway and find a strange car there. Right away, I just knew, don't know why, but I did. I'm hoping and praying I'm wrong, but my gut is telling I'm not. I sat there a while wondering what to do, leave and talk to her later, leave and pretend I didn't see it, not sure what to do. I'm shaking so bad I can't see straight. When I have something at work I have to do that might be uncomfortable, I always tell myself, man up, get this over with. Suddenly, shaking stops and I feel very calm, no idea how, because inside I'm a wreck. I sneak in the back door and my black lab is laying there with a sad face, like he knows, instead of jumping on me. Man, I love that dog. He stays as I quietly go up the stairs. When I get upstairs I can hear what is going on in our bedroom. I get to the door and open it and see her boss on top of my wife. I stand there for a second and yell out surprise. The shit show that followed would be laughable if it didn't hurt so much. He rolls off trying to get out of bed, but he gets tangled up in the sheets. My wife is screaming OMG, 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 OMG and trying to cover up but can't cause he's still tangled up. He finally gets out and starts looking for his clothes, only they're on the other side of the bed. This just hit me, in about the same spot where mine used to end up. Don't know why, but I beat him to them and grabbed them. My wife is crying, I'm so sorry, over and over. I back up to the door and stand there and he's standing next to the bed naked. I grab the big easy chair out of the corner and pull it to the door and sit down. He asks for his clothes and I say no and toss him my wife's robe from the back of the door. He starts to walk towards me. Now, even though I'm 51, I'm in good shape. 6'3", 240. Years of going to the gym and working in landscaping have seen to that. I look at him and say, if you get any closer it's not going to end well for either of us. you'll be in the hospital, and I'll be in jail, so why don't you just sit down? Wife is now sobbing into the pillow and he sits down. After an uncomfortable silence, he asks, "What now?" My reply is, "I have no idea." Wife is still crying a little but sits up. Finally, I pull out my phone and tell them that they are going to tell me everything while I record it all. They look at each other and my wife asks, "What do I mean everything?" I say everything, how it started, how long this has been going on, when, where, hotels, dinners, etc., everything. My wife says this is the only time to which I yell BS. There is no way you'd be comfortable enough to bring him to our bed if this hadn't been going on for some time. If you lie to me again, I'm walking out the door and finding a divorce lawyer. She starts crying again. So for the next 10 to 15 minutes it all comes out, been going on for over 9 months. Started with him flirting with her etc. till he asked her to lunch and she went. A few drinks later they were at a hotel. She came home to me that night like nothing happened. She swears that it was killing her and she wanted to tell me but didn't know how. Again I call BS, if it was killing you, it would not have been so easy to keep it going. They even went to a week-long convention for work that I used to go with her to. She told me company policy changed and spouses couldn't go anymore. I put my phone away and more silence. Then an idea hits me. I look through his clothes for his phone and ask him for a passcode. He actually gives it to me, so I start going through his phone. I found some pictures of a woman I assume is his wife and asked her name. Carol. She's very pretty, but not as pretty as my Ashley, I tell him. More pictures of kids, find out he has 3 and finally a family picture of all of them. I hold up the phone and say, "A beautiful family, why did you throw it all away for a tumble with my wife?" His reply, "What do you mean throw it all away? Me, you really think Carol isn't going to find out?" Him, how is she going to find out? Me, I'm going to call her right now. He stands up and says, "No, you can't?" My wife screams out, "Please, you can't do this to him." I lost it. Can't do this to him. You destroyed me, our family, our friends, our future and broken my heart, and you're worried about him. I'm shaking again, trying not to let her see me cry, but I can't hold together anymore. I fall back in the chair and start sobbing. She tries to come over to me, but I look at her and say, "Stay the hell away from me." After a while I calm down and look at his phone again. He again says, "Please don't, I'm begging you." I swear I'll tell her. "Yeah, right," I replied. He's standing there pleading with me not to, as I find her number and decide FaceTime would be even better. She answers and, "Hi sweet," looks surprised and says, "Who are you? Is my husband okay?" He is for now but won't be in a minute. I flip the screen to show him standing there in my wife's robe. I say, "I believe you know him." The room he's standing in is my bedroom. The flowered robe he's wearing belongs to this woman. Swing in the phone to catch my wife trying to pull the sheets over her head, but too late. That's my wife, and I came home early today to find them having sex. I truly feel sorry for her and lousy for how I did it. She starts crying and he tries the "Honey, I'm so sorry, I can explain, it was just one time etc. routine." I tell her not to believe a word that's been going on for over 9 months, and that I spent the last 15 minutes recording all the details they were willing to share. I tell her I'm going to text her my number and she should send me her email and I'll send her the video. I give him the phone and I hear her tell him when he gets home there will be a bag packed outside, and if he tries to come in the house she'll call the police and hang up. I toss him his clothes, and he leaves after he's dressed. Now, it's just me and my wife. She looks at me and starts to cry, saying she is so sorry, never meant to hurt me, can I forgive her, it didn't mean anything. All the usual cheaters BS. I look at her and tell her to pack a bag and get the hell out of my house. I go downstairs and pour a drink. I'm sitting on the couch when she comes downstairs. She starts towards me and I say just stop. She asks if we talk about this and I tell her maybe, just maybe, but not now. I tell her it's going to be really hard to not look for a divorce lawyer and she starts crying again. She looks at me and I know an I love you is coming. I say don't you dare say that right now cause I don't think I will ever believe it anymore. More crying as she turns and walks out the door. Seeing her crying walking out the door, my entire life leaving, I break down and fall on the floor shaking sobbing uncontrollably. No idea how long but I finally sit down, still crying, and call my best friend. I try to speak but start crying again and can't get the words out. He asks what's wrong but I can't talk. He asks if I'm at home and I kinda grunt yay and says he'll be right there. 30 minutes later he's in my house, I'm still crying. I give him my phone with the video up and he proceeds to watch. I can't bear to hear it and get us both a drink. He comes into the kitchen, and takes me drink away and dumps them both saying this isn't going to help you. Tells me I can't stay here tonight alone and go upstairs and pack a bag. I come downstairs and he has my lab on a leash and we go to his house. That was 10 days ago, and I still feel like absolute shit. I know this was long, thanks for reading this far. I will try to update later. Wow, 29 years. Sorry bro. 9 months is a long time to pretend everything is fine. Imagine the number of lies she fabricated and the number of decisions she made. It's vile. Thanks for that. I am sure now she had to have lied about plenty of things. Remember, if you hadn't have caught them it would still be going on now, and for how long who knows. She is sorry though, sorry she got caught. Yeah, 29 years, friking mind-bending. I mean holy FK to throw all your life away, friends, memories, everything down the drain. Normally I'd say FK cheaters, but man this is so tough. Op, stay strong and whatever you decide it will be the correct decision. Don't rush it, live with it, let it sink for a while. That's the worst. 33 years here, and I can't tell you the impact this had on our families, friends and community. Unbelievable, and I'll never understand why cheating seemed like a good choice. Married 25 years here. As soon as I found out I left. Didn't even consider reconciliation. Me neither. He didn't want to anyways. She can have him lol exclamation mark. What was the outcome in your case? Did you I mean I would understand if you did. 33 years as a lifetime frown. My story is nuts. He told me he wanted out the day my dad went into palliative. His dad was panelled the week prior. He wanted to live in the house till he got his money from us selling. It took me a couple days to get in the right frame of mind. I told him to leave. Good thing, because a couple weeks later he accidentally sent my daughter a text saying he was having an affair his high school GF, while we were sitting my dying dad. Our world was turned upside down. Never mind, both our dads died, his GF came to the funeral, my work flooded, and then COVID. I'm living proof not only can you survive this crap, but you can have a really great life despite the pain you initially go through. Lean on those you love, get counseling and legal advice, and practice lots of self-care. We are divorced now. It went through Christmas Day of all days, but I'm looking at it like a gift. I bought him out of the house, all mine. I have someone wonderful in my life that treats me as I deserve to be treated. All the best, growing heart. Oh my, cruel, wish you all the best, you deserve it. Meet with a lawyer ASAP. Just to know what your options are. Go to a doctor and get tested for STDs, who knows how many other women that dude had or how many other man your wife had. Tell your kids and family before she twists the story to them. Once you did all that, take all the time you need to yourself. Write down the questions that you have. Yes. All of this. Absolutely get tested and be prepared to use the recording as proof to clear your name when the cheater tries to play victim. Thankfully he has them on video. Hard to play the victim with that. Yep. Thankfully my cheating ex hasn't actually tried to play the victim. I actually would have hated to put everything out there like that. Your story caused a visceral reaction. Staying with your friend while you find your footing is extremely valuable. Also, it's great that he took the alcohol away. Lots of questions I want to ask, like, do your kids know? Have you talked to her? Have you consulted an attorney? Since it seems so fresh, I'll just hold off until you're comfortable updating. This community will offer support as well as advice. Stay strong. Also, great job getting it all on camera and contacting his wife. That'll be valuable in the future. So sorry, bro. So sorry. You are a better man than me. He would have left my house naked. Thought about it, but I knew from the look on his wife's face, his life as he knew it was over. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Have an awesome day or night, wherever you are.